Morning, guys. Um, I just made a video. I don't know if it's gonna take. Sometimes I make these videos and they do not, they just don't stick. I can't get them to save and everything. So anyway, I'm gonna try this one. This one is gonna be pretty different for me because it's not an area that I am an expert in. It's an area probably that's kind of different for a lot of Black people to kind of go into and uh, think about and all of this. A lot of things, once you start speaking spiritually, esoterically, spiritually, the whole thing, they start getting scared. Black people get scared. But I've learned a few things. Let me just say, coming out of Christianity and then trying to go into the Hebrew Israelite movement and whatever, I didn't find much. But I have found so much since I have began to take the teachings and understanding of the Rastafari movement. I will admit I am Rastafari. I will admit I love His Imperial Majesty, the Empress Menen. I have done extensive study, extensive research on all of it. And so, Rastafari for life. Now, with that being said, this is not talk about Rastafari. But what I brought up Rastafari for is because so many people don't understand it. So many people look at this as just another religion, and I really hate that because to try to put Rastafari in a specific religion does it such a great disservice, such a great one. And of course, those who don't want you to know and live truth are going to do everything they can to damage it and, lead you astray. But if you really were to get into the teachings and understanding and the historical, cultural roots of Rastafari, that you will see there's nothing religious about it. As a matter of fact, as I said, I'm bringing it up because I'm showing you, or I want to show you how there are so many paths that you can take in living the Rastafari life, because it's a path. It's spiritual. It's not religious. Because religion binds and keeps you in this. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to think this way and live this way. Rastafari is so much freedom. Rastafari, being Rasta, I have studied Buddhism. I have listened to Indian gurus. I have studied astrology. I have gotten into tarot cards recently. I have got into metaphysics, science. Just everything, because all of that has to do with spiritual path. It's freedom, nature, understanding nature, love, self, all of that I've been studying. And so, that's why I love it. But what I wanted to talk about, and I've even gotten into some reincarnation and realizing and understanding that energy doesn't die. It only evolves. It just keeps on, it's living. So it just continues on. You can't kill energy. And so I understand that from that aspect. I hope y'all didn't see my nails. I'm going to get them done today. They're looking really rough, but I have taken that route, and I'm beginning to understand that. And there's just a lot of things that just come to me and come to my spirit. I invite the ancestors. I pour libations. I invite the universe to speak to me, to talk to me, studying the laws of my art. All of that I have done and do and been doing and trying. I'm no expert in any of it. But I understand that you need all of that to grow. So I have been, this talk that I want to have right now, I said all that to say I said all that to say actually that in religion, you can't go into these kind of areas. They tell you that you're crazy and, oh, you better leave that stuff alone and everything. But as I say, there's truth to it. And so, as far as reincarnation, as far as past lives and everything, I've gained somewhat of an understanding of that more so from the things that are just given to me. I have listened and studied a little bit on it. I need to do more, but most of it just comes from inside and things that I'm just getting, receiving, and picking up. So here's the thing. Have you ever met a person who you just knew that you knew? You don't know where you've seen them, but you have a familiarization with them. You're familiar with them. You know them. Nothing about them shocks you. There was a lady who I met when I was in another movement, trying to find my way before Rastafari. But anyway, this particular lady, when I saw her for the first time, it's like I know her. I've seen her. Her mannerism, her ways, her voice. I knew her. And what came to me, and like I say, I'm going to go off on this and just be real and tell some things that are probably going to make me look crazy, but hey, wouldn't be the first time. But this is what came to me because I asked the universe, who is she? How do I know her? Why am I familiar with her? And what came to me was that way back, centuries back, she and I were neighbors. She and I shared food and recipes and were friends. And I knew her. We were good friends. But that is basically what came to me as the reason of my familiarization with her, was that I knew her in another life. And as I say, we had been neighbors. We lived by each other. And I don't know if we were living in huts or we were living, I don't know. But it was way back. And so, anyway, there has been people in my life, not whole numbers of them, but people in my life who, when I see them, I know them. There's a person right now who I know that person. I know what their body looks like. There's nothing about them that surprises me. Their voice, their eyes, their just everything. I'm comfortable and familiar with. It's like they're not a stranger to me. And I believe truly that I knew that person as well in another life. Because it's like I know them too well. I know them too well. And there was a drawing, So, and this is with men and women in your lives. Because this is what I got. Everybody in your life that you come across in your life, and I hope I can get this out to where you all can understand what I'm trying to say. but you have met them before in past lives. Now, whether you were in a relationship with them, whether they were your mom or a family member, or whatever they were in your life, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be that in this life. Could be a person passing on the street, and you have that. I know them. Am I right? It's something about And what came to me was that everybody on our path in the life that we're living, we have met and known them before. To the degree of intimacy that we've met and known them, I think changes from lifetime to lifetime, because I also think that you continue on with whatever may have been unfinished business with you and that person. Let's take, for example, say you were married to somebody back in, I don't know, 1495 or whatever. You're living your past lives. Now, I don't know how long it takes for a soul to come back. Some of them, I think, come back immediately. Some of them, it may take longer, whatever. I don't know who decides that, the universe, whatever. But when you encounter that person, say it's 2016, you knew them back in 14, whatever. You have that familiarization with them. And don't think it has anything to do with the time. But say you and them were married. You were lovers. Maybe they got killed or something. Maybe your marriage ended some way or whatever, and you meet them again. I don't think necessarily that you may marry them again, but I think you're going to, because there was possibly unfinished business in another lifetime, that you're going to come back across and around with that soul, and it will give you the opportunity to finish, maybe, or to continue, maybe. It just kind of depends, You hear this term soulmates all the time. Soulmates. We're just perfect for each other. Everything clicks. We know each other. I think those are possibly people who you knew back in other lives, and you found each other and you just continue on. I think the path that we take leads us to the people who we need to be in contact with in this life. And that's from past. I think we also meet new people as relationships end or die off, or you connect and reconnect and don't hit it off or whatever. I think new people also come into your life as well on this journey. And as you continue to go through other lives, you meet them again. You continue on with that one. You just, it's just like a never-ending journey, And like I say, I'm hoping that doesn't sound too crazy. I know it's something that is, Black people really don't get into that too much, but I believe that, I don't think we ever die. Look at the children right now, our children who are being born in this time. You have some straight genius children right now. And it's like, I really truly believe a lot of these children are, reincarnates of our great ancestors, our great people. And they come and they just continue their journey. And I think that's why they have these great talents and great wisdom and insight and everything, And then also you look at the fact that, their souls are not, if it's a child, their souls are so fresh from the universe at the time. They haven't learned the fear. They haven't learned the all of the brainwashing and all the stuff that we go through. And so, you could just see them so alive and so eager, And I pray they never learn that fear. I pray this new generation of children sees our past, our history, and they never repeat those mistakes. I really I pray that they don't have to fall victim to the things that we and even our ancestors, tricks and everything that they fell for. I pray it's a whole new black nation getting ready to rise up. And I'm looking at our children as being hopefully the ones that's going to do this, you know. But yeah, so just, I mean, that's really all I have about past lives and everything. But I mean, I think you really need to be aware of that familiarization that you may have with a person who you are just meeting. You know, why do I know them? Why am I so comfortable with them? Why their voice sounds, I mean, I know their voice. I know them, you know. Don't take that lightly. Don't take that as, you know, just throw it off. I think you knew that person. And like I say, to the degree of you knowing them, I mean, you know, they could have been your, they could have been your lover. They could have been even maybe your children or something. You know, I mean, it's not always about intimacy and all that. Sometimes it's a romance. Sometimes it's just about having a familiarization with someone that you knew before who, you know, could have been family, could have been a good friend, could have been, you know, a neighbor or something like this. But bottom line, don't take that lightly. And I think you're meeting again for a reason, maybe to continue the journey, to finish the journey. I mean, because like I said before, talking about meeting someone who maybe had gotten killed. Maybe you were married and they got killed, so you didn't get to finish your journey with them. Maybe it was cut short. Maybe you were married 2-3 years or whatever, and it just got cut short, you know. So I think you meet them again and rekindle that again, so that you can finish it. You know, you can finish it. You can end it, or you can just continue on. I mean, you may meet the same person 5, 6, 7, 8 times during your life cycles. You know, it may just be a continuing journey. Some things may end, some new things may begin. You may have to, finish it in another life, whatever. I don't know. Because, like I say, I'm not really, really fully versed in this. I just have been studying a little bit about it. And I just, I take the things that have been given to me. And it's given in my spirit. And I trust it. So anyway, let me know what you think. Do you believe in past lives? Do you think that it's a coincidence? Do you think that, that familiarization that you have with people that you meet is just coincidence? Do you think there's more to it? If you have a story, if you have something that, maybe that happened to you, or that, you have proof that you knew them or whatever. You can't really have proof that you knew them in a past life because we weren't there. But you can have that feeling, just like I did with that woman. I had that feeling that I knew her. And like I say, when I asked the universe, the ancestors, who is she? How do I know her? Why am I so familiar with this lady? And like I said, I got my answer that she and I were neighbors. And it was something, it just kept coming in my spirit that we shared food. We shared recipes. We shared food. And it's like I can see in my mind's eye, she and I, bringing food to each other's families. And it was just something about sharing food with this lady that was the thing. But we were friends. And so in this life, she and I we didn't have a really good ending. She and I didn't become friends. We were nice and cordial to each other for a while, and the relation, it really didn't last long, 2-3 months or whatever, and then it ended, and it didn't end on a really good note. But still, the circumstances and things and times and all that probably, I'm sure it changes from lifetime to lifetime, and you might be friends in this life and may not be in another life, but you still know them. It could be enemies. Could be someone that you hated, someone who you wanted revenge on or something like that. You meet them again. You might turn out to be good friends. You might turn out to be whatever, but you're continuing that journey. Whatever that journey is, you're continuing it with that soul. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Anyway, chime in. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about it. If there's been anyone that you knew and how you think you know them, love to hear that experience, So anyway, guys, I'm hoping that this particular video uploads. And you all have a great day. I thank you all so much for watching, for subscribing, for supporting me. And until the next video, I hope you have a great day, great week. Until next time, we'll see you later.